Hey, beloveds. Happy Lunas. Happy Lunas. Wanted to tune in and turn on with you and see how you're doing after this weekend's equinox. So much energy, so many downloads, taking time to reset and refresh. It's been an amazing time for us to refresh and reset. So I hope you've had an opportunity to do that. And now we're coming into a big full moon over the weekend. This will be, I believe, oh my gosh, I just lost it out of my mind. It just lost out of my mind what the moon is going to be. And I was just talking to Miana, my beloved daughter, about different moon things for the Lunaversity. And now, of course, I can't think of what the moon is going to be in on Sunday. Oh, I think it's Scorpio. If I remember correctly, it just lost my mind. I just went out of my mind. So we've got a full moon coming up. And so lots and lots of energy now that we're still in this Women's History Month. We have just left the energy of Pisces, and now we're into the sun energy of Aries, lots of head energy. And so, but today the moon is in Cancer. And today being Monday, Monday is Moon Day. Hello, beloveds. Thanks so much for tuning in. And so because the moon is in Cancer and it's lunar because it's Monday and I'm a Cancer, this makes it a power day for me. And what is a power day? It is when I'm knowing that the La Luna is really strong and powerful for me. And this is a part of what I will be sharing in the Lunaversity. Why is this important? Because I know on Mondays are because the moon is my planet, and I have to show you, I can actually see it right here. I can see it behind me right now. It's so cool. So I have to show it to you. After this, I just looked up and I was like, oh my gosh, there she is looking at me as I'm talking about her, La Luna. And so because it's Monday, so I'm connected to that energy, and my moon, my sun, and my rising are in Cancer. So it is a power day for me because the moon is in Cancer. And why I share this with you is because we have been so disconnected from our natural gifts and power with the moon, yet we know it, we sense it, we feel it, and it feels us. And this is all the magic and stuff, and magic and just so much wisdom that I will be sharing in the Lunaversity. That's why there's like so much I want to share with you. I can't even get it all out. And especially now that I can see La Luna, it's got me all distracted now. But, you know, our ancestors gave us this knowledge and this wisdom. And, you know, we have been so disconnected. This is why, you know, we read the books and we take all the classes, but we still feel like we're missing something. And that missing something is not only being out in our natural world, which is why I always try to share videos where I'm outside in the natural world, because we need that. We need to see that fresh air. We need to see that greenery. And I know wherever you are in the world, some of you might not be getting that. And so I'm sharing it through video. And La Luna is the same. When we feel the sun, once the summer comes, we get so excited. Our energy changes. We just had a shift on Saturday with the spring equinox. That gives us a heightened experience. It gives us a heightened, oh, it's coming, something new is growing. We start to feel that even within ourselves, the thawing, right? The thawing, the coming back, the energy is blooming again. And so when we start to use the medicine, the natural medicines that our ancestors used, they didn't have all the fancy candles and things like that that we have. They had the sun, they had the moon, right? They had the wisdom that had been passed down through storytelling. They did not even have, you know, tablets and you know, writing. And we have all this wisdom that we're looking for to fill our brain. But how many of us are truly connected to La Luna? You know, for the longest time, I only connected on the new moon and the full moon. And she was like, oh no, you're missing a whole bunch, right? And so that's why when you know your power days, when you know where your planet is, you know, oh, on this day, this is the best day for me to do my ritual for prosperity. This is my best day to place this on my altar. This is the best day for me to have that conversation. This is the best day for me to put that new product out as a spiritual entrepreneur. You know, when we harness this, this is what we're doing as ancestral medicine, ancestral wisdom. This is what they did to move, plan weddings, right? And so when we are connected to our natural sources, just like when we go out there and look at this, you know, go out there and feel that sun energy, and then when a full moon comes and we're like, we feel that full moon energy, and especially those of us who are melanated, we remember we are able to absorb light. So we absorb the energy of the sun, which is why it makes us feel good. A lot of people, they have to hide from the sun because it burns them. We absorb light, and if we absorb light, that means we absorb the light of the sun and the light of the moon. How many of us look at our ancestral practices and they did so many things under the light of the moon? Mostly everything was done under the light of the moon. Most things weren't done in the sun. Most things were done in the moon. And I want to share all of that with you and so much more, because guess what? This is a part of us empowering ourselves. And if you missed our lunar wishing weekend, then please make sure you sign up, because guess what? I have got so much more in store for you, especially because once you find out your power days, that's stuff that you take with you for the rest of your life. And so how is everybody doing after the equinox? I know last week was a lot of, you know, heavy energy in the United States, and, you know, a lot of shifting and changing. And I want to say this because, you know, I don't always address things, and I know things can seem, you know, I'm not paying attention, but I am. And what I do normally is pray on things. Hey, beloved, thanks so much for joining. I pray on things before I say anything. And, you know, the reason all of this, you know, darkness is being exposed is, again, because La Luna is saying the world is not working the way it needs to work. All of the darkness needs to come out. All of the, you know, all of it has to come out so we can see it and then decide and make choices. You know, a lot of people are having, you know, their eyes opened as if for the first time, whereas some of us are saying, we've been telling you this. But remember, when things start to happen, especially when negative things or things that we perceive as negative, we have to remember that life always circles. Life is always a cycle. And so where there is death, there is also rebirth. And many of us go through that every single month. And that is what, again, La Luna teaches us. And so I'm not making light of death. What I am saying, though, is through that tragic experience, there will be a rebirth of something. Something is changing. And I've had to learn that through, you know, having people murdered, you know, living in Chicago, being from Chicago. It was, I mean, beloved Miana, my daughter, she had two young men who had been great friends and loves in her life, not lovers, but loves in her life, were both killed within a 6-month period. And so I understand. And then even, you know, my eldest brother last year also dying. And so we have to see that through death there is always rebirth. And this is what we're learning through this whole experience, because many of us are actually experiencing a rebirth. How many of you can say during this year that you have experienced a true rebirth? This is the age of Aquarius. This is exactly, we've got to push all the old out, up and out, like it's being pushed out of the ground, right? It was buried and hidden, and now it's being exposed. And so once you expose something, once you become aware of something, then that's how you can heal it. You can't heal it until you feel it, until you reveal it. And so that's what we're experiencing. And so, yeah, stay in touch with your feelings, honor your feelings. I would love to support you. Come on over to Tanya's House of Tarot, our free Facebook community. Miana is in there every Thursday doing some one-on-one, or some not one-on-one, I'm sorry, tarot one-on-one. So get some tarot basics there. We also have so much going on, and you can still, we're about to go into our second quarter of Empowered Tarotista. So we're going to be talking all the breaking down of tarot. So if you want to get in, you can also join us monthly now for Empowered Tarotista. And so we've got so much good stuff coming up for you, including, I want to ask you this question. How would you feel about coming to a virtual seance with me? And what I want to tell you about a seance, before everybody starts thinking, oh my God, she wants to raise the dead or come out with a Ouija board. No, a seance really is a gathering of people with the intention of speaking to spirits. Hello, beloved. And so it is speaking to all spirits, ancestors and angels. And so I would love to see your comments. Would you come to a virtual seance with me? Because guess what? As I was talking about life and cycles of death, I am a medium, and I love, love, love to share my gift by giving messages. And that is one of the things I miss most about not traveling now, not, going out and doing workshops. And, that was always my thing for coming to the United States. I would go and do a bunch of different readings in a bunch of different places and different talks. And so I was like, what am I really missing? What would be so fun for me? And so this is an opportunity for, if you have a passed on loved one, or if you have a ancestor you want to speak to, let's see who comes through. So let me know if you'd be interested. And if we're interested, let's see if we can come through. Let's see if this could be something because I love this. When I lived in South Florida, I would do a weekly gathering. I used to work at Five Sisters in South Miami, and I would read tarot cards there, and every week I would do a gathering there. I did it also when I lived in Chicago. I've done them all over the world. And so I thought, oh my gosh, I never did a virtual one. So who would come to my virtual seance? Let me see in the comments below. Please make sure you join our community if you haven't, so you can get in on the info. And please join the Lunaversity if you are, yes, they are going to be spilling the tea. Join the Lunaversity if you want to learn how you can empower your life, your love, and your loot with La Luna. So until then, beloveds, I send you so much love, so much light, and happy Lunafesting. You're going to be hearing more and more about Lunafesting, so please make sure you join our community and use your magic, beloveds. Remember, the signs are in the stars. Peace and blessings, beloveds.